Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Shadowbringers content. We are going in to do the Eden stuff today, and as you can probably tell from the clock in the top right hand corner, it's quite late, so I suspect we're probably not going to get to actually do any of the fights today. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. But I need to get started on this, and I've just finished recording the hero's journey stuff and done a big chunk of speculation about, you know, stuff to do with the 13th, and obviously that is tied into the Gaia and Reen storyline as well. So I want to, you know, have a little look-see at that. The Alpha is so engrossed in the slip of paper in his hands that he barely notices your approach. Do try not to startle him. Dema, so the rumours of your knack for being in the right place at the right time are true. You see, we've just completed our preparations for another expedition into the empty. Miss Reen and Miss Gaia agree that it's high time you all went to see how things are coming along. I must say, being at their beck and call night and day does test my patience on occasion. Well, fancy seeing you here. Hi! Imogen! Reen's lips! No, Guy's lips. We were just getting ready for another ride on the Sky Slipper. Care to join us? She always looks so miserable. There was one other thing I should mention before you depart. Now that the situation in Yulmore has settled down somewhat, my associates have made some headway in investigating your past, Miss Gaia. Is that so? I thought that's what you wanted. So did I, but I quite like the way things are now. Digging around in my past might, I don't know, spoil it somehow. Foreshadowing! Besides, uncovering the truth behind the voice in my head and my strange powers is bound to be more interesting than whatever life it was I had in Yulmore. I understand. We'll find the answers together, just like we do everything else. How were the coffee biscuits? Oh, they were delicious as always, but I hear they're quite fattening, so we usually just buy one and have half each. And then you always get another one anyway. Yes, but we break that in half too, so it's fine. And we may as well have one each to begin with. Honestly, Reen, I sometimes wonder if you've got biscuits for brains. Aww. They're so cute. Though I must say my time in the Crystarium has been rather enjoyable. We even had a chance to make a necklace from the ice crystal we found. And in case you were wondering, I haven't been neglecting my training. I wouldn't want my skills to get rusty just because Thancred's not around. I'm ready for whatever lies ahead. Uwe Andre would also be pleased to hear you've had your head in those fusty old tomes. I've even done a bit of studying myself. After all, it's up to us to take care of the empty now. Nod. I'm looking forward to seeing how things have changed since our last visit. Come on, let's head over to Derek. Did the guy just like turn 270 degrees to walk away? Such my imagination. To Derek! This time, those giant ant things had the good sense to leave us alone on our way here. Seems they've learned their lesson. I don't suppose you fancy taking the helm this time? Wait, I'll pilot this time. Oh? I didn't realise you knew how. While you were off training, I was practising with another sky slipper they have at the Crystarium. Really? That's fantastic. Hardly. You've been pulling more than your own weight, and I just wanted to do what I can to contribute more. Oh, they're so adorable. Things are clearly going to go horribly wrong in a bit. So you two can sit back, relax, and leave it to me. Probably when she's driving, actually. There's no need to look so apprehensive, you know. Let's get going, shall we? Let's have have some more of that. I'm rubbish when it comes to, you know, putting extra material in my gear and stuff. I don't even know if I've got enough item level for these raids. I haven't checked. Meow. That repeating texture. Those lips, though. Oh. It's so strange suddenly seeing you at the It's so strange suddenly seeing you at the controls. Why didn't you tell me you'd been practicing? No, I thought I'd surprise you, that's all. I really want to do kind of like a husky voice for Gaia, but I can't. Well, consider me surprised. All this time I thought you were only good for smashing things with your hammer. Bring that up again and you could walk the rest of the way. I best behave. I wouldn't want to get stranded in the empty and miss the festival. Festival? Oof. I suppose this is the first you would have heard of it. We haven't exactly been keeping it a secret, but it's still in the planning stages. Crepuscular rays! You see, the return of the night sky has brought lots of changes, and while everyone is glad, the reality is it's also been quite stressful having to adapt to a new way of life. Seeing how hard our elders are working to keep the Crystarium running, youths like myself came up with the idea of hosting an event as a way of expressing our appreciation. Once we return from the empty, I'll be helping as one of the organisers. I'd be happy to help, provided I'm suitably compensated. I'd offer to help, but I think you have everything well in hand. I wouldn't be so sure about that, but I'd try my best to make it a success. If everything goes well, all you need to do is turn up and enjoy yourself. I kind of feel like my hair mods and stuff have uninstalled again. How about you, Gaia? Would you like to help with the festival? Well, what? What's that? I haven't been listening. My leg is cramping up a bit. Piloting this thing must have made me more tense than I'd realised. And let one of us take over. Concerned? No, I'll be fine. Well, as long as you're sure. But if you feel like switching places, just say the word. No? Okay. How can this be? Oh, everything's died. It's regressing. I think that explains it. It's losing its... The crystal stagnating. Light. Does that mean there's still too much of it in the empty? I'm no expert, but this might be a result of losing control when you restore the ice elements. Even though I tried to use darkness to hold back the light spilling forth, it seems it wasn't enough. And we're right back to where we started. This is all my fault. No, Reen, you mustn't blame yourself. Oh. You have returned to me. Restore the darkness while you still can. Who is this mysterious voice? Is it the cloud of darkness? A familiar voice, an inescapable fate, promise of salvation at the precipice of ruin. In the remnants of a long past I would find my truth. With all the Final Fantasy VIII tie-ins, I am wondering if they're going to throw in Ultimecia to all of this. Because that would be interesting. You know, if they're going to try and tune her into the World of Darkness storyline, you know, all of that kind of jazz. Or it could just be the Cloud of Darkness who is somehow connected to Gaia. Because it was the Cloud of Darkness that we've seen in the trailer, wasn't it? Don't know. Right, I'm just going to reinstall my hair mods. BRB. Better. Better, better, better. Gaia. Fear of the dark. Gaia appears to be conversing with the voice inside her head. Something that I do all the time. With the voices in my head, not hers. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I really like the kind of... the fact that we're going to get a reveal. Restore darkness. What did you say, Gaia? I like her concerned face. Gaia's hair, unfortunately, hasn't been updated with this. Restore the darkness to the world flooded by light. Ah, that's it. We thought we'd restored balance to the 6 elements, but perhaps they're still too strongly aligned with light. If that's the case, maybe we can set things right by using darkness. Makes sense. By using darkness? Are you serious? Well, light is engendering passivity, isn't it? So darkness is chaos and action. Therefore, we need some of that movement and spark. But hold on, it might actually work. God, that's a brilliant idea. So we're going to draw upon... this is why Cerberus, or Cerberus-like, is one of the bosses, and so is the Cloud of Darkness, because we need those embodiments of darkness. That's a brilliant idea. They wouldn't go that far. I just remember what I learned during our adventures, that's all. But this does mean we'll need to call on your services again, if that's all right with you. Of course, we'll be fine. We've come this far together and we'll see our mission to the end. To Eden's core. Yeah, so we're gonna... We fought the elemental bosses. We fought the elemental primals. Isn't the Ravana a like thing in this, however? Let's go. I still don't know whether I've got enough item level to do this. I should have checked that whilst I was... What is my item level? 484. Might not be high enough. I'll say one thing before we start. If this all goes horribly wrong, don't even think about pinning it on me. Not that it will, of course. Right, let's get started. But, were there any primals aligned with darkness? I can't seem to recall any. You mean there isn't one? Well, no, not really. The Ascian's god Zodiac may be suitable, but we need something that Demagen has actually encountered and preferably defeated. Well, does it have to be a primal for it to work? If it's just a lot of darkness that we need, perhaps there are other ways to get it. We fought, you know, Ascian primes. We fought everything in the world of darkness. You may be right. What we ultimately need is a state of highly charged darkness. It shouldn't matter what form it takes. Does anything come to mind, Demagen? I dare say the Flood of Darkness had a fair bit of darkness. I know a few Void Scent that would fit the bill. It doesn't matter which of these we choose because... you mean the catastrophe that swallowed the 13th and turned it into a lifeless void? We might need to do it on a slightly smaller scale. Yes, but we've seen the results. We've been there. The Cloud of Darkness. I can't begin to imagine how powerful it must have been. It was alright. I'd say we found the perfect candidate. So the Cloud of Darkness is going to be our first fight. But where to find a suitable place? One where darkness is strong. It won't be easy in a world flooded by lights. Well, we've got the Warrior of Darkness and the Oracle of Darkness right here. Seems like a good enough spot to me. Yeah, Oracle. I've been saying Scion of Darkness, haven't I? Which is wrong. Oracle of Darkness. But what about the light-aligned ether that's all around us? That's where you can come in. You can suppress the light while I draw out the darkness. By combining our powers, we can make it work wherever we are. Combining our powers? Yes. Between us, there's nothing we can't achieve. Don't be afraid, Gaia. She suggested it. I'm not afraid. Just very concerned that this will all go horribly wrong, which is the same thing, I suppose. No, it's certainly not easy coming up with these plans by ourselves. Yeah, because I'm useless. That's true, but when this is over, we can reward ourselves with all sorts of delicious treats at the festival. Festival? What do you mean? We spoke about it on the way here, remember? I asked if you wanted to take part. I was busy piloting the Sky Slipper, so I probably wasn't paying attention. Oh well, not to worry. We can talk about that later. Right now we've got a job to do. Huh. Interesting that the guy was so preoccupied. I'll draw out the ambient ether. And I'll shift its alignment to darkness. Now, Demogen, focus your thoughts. I wonder what we're going to combine the Cloud of Darkness with. Well, members of the Cloud of Darkness enshroud your mind. Oh. Eden's Promise Umbra, now accessible. So the question is, do I have the item level to do it? What is it? I don't! I need one more. One more item level. How sodding typical is that? Back in a moment. This is the first time we've tried this since that disaster with Shiva, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Even so, I can't afford to waver now. I've called forth real void scent before, so everyone tells me anyway, but this is unknown territory for me. With the two of you by my side though, I'm sure it'll work. Well, wait time it is. I'm scared. I'm not scared. Scared's the wrong word. I always get really anxious with doing raid content if it's been, well, past 24 hours since it was released. It's been 2 weeks, I think. Over 2 weeks, actually, now, since this was released. You know, and I haven't checked out any raid guides for it.
I'm drawing out the darkness. Get ready.
One of my favourite pieces of music from Final Fantasy VIII. Abyssal Abhorrence. That is the model that they've used for her in Dissidia, isn't it?
We've done it.
Right. Hi all. First time here. Fortunately, ground raising particle beam. I'm going to stand to the side. Oh. Okay. That may be a stat mechanic. I don't know. Right, empty plane is just an AoE. Mind you, I think the walls have gone. Oh, okay, so that... So they dropped the floor out from under... Oh. A lot of people died to that, so it's not just me. So they take ages to disappear and then they just drop out from under you, I guess. Right, that's a pushback into AoE bits. Right, okay. Right, ground racing particle beam is an AoE, blanket AoE, seemingly centered on the middle of the platform. Right, I can stack for that and share it. Right, empty plane just seems to be a raid wide. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with this. I mean, it takes a while for it to catch up. I not a clue. Right, so that's getting to the center. Tethers. Run away from the tether. Okay, thank you to everybody else that was paying attention. Let's not stand in front of that. Oh, I see. So when she does that, we need to... Alright. Oh, that's a cool effect. Deluge of Darkness. That sounds like an AoE. Yep. Quite a hard-hitting one. We've done this mechanic before. I'm really slow to react to that. But hey, it's my first time here. Empty plane. Is the AoE. Right, what is it that gives me that cloying thing? Oh, that just kills me. Okay. I have no idea. Is it if you stood still on one for too long, I wonder? It might be if you stood still on one for too long. I don't know. As you can tell, I'm too busy trying to figure out the mechanics. Alright, this was run until the tethers disappear. Right, and this was run to here, and then she does a cone. Rejuvenating balm. Oh, jeez, that does not give us a lot of room to maneuver. I feel like I've really done not a lot to help out in this fight, but there's a reason why I don't raid, as a general rule. Maybe you don't need to share that. Maybe that's why he ran slightly to the side. Dunno. Some of these things are going purple, and I think that must be if you stood on one for too long. Or maybe if you've got too many people on one. I really don't know. I'm actually tempted to go and look this up afterwards. Concentration phase! Fortunately, the team knows what they're doing. Oh. Let's run. I've learned. I do that. I'm slow, but I do learn. There we go. Suck it. Second chance points added to your journal. As if I ever use that stuff. Do 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 do. Right, loot. I want body piece. Or the legs. I don't really mind which. Anybody in chat tell me what I was supposed to be doing? No. So I can't have been that bad. Let's bee's knees while we wait for people to roll. And actually, while we wait, let's take a look at Eden's Promise Umbra. Do, 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 do. Right, phase 1. Ground racing particle beam, arena wide, unavoidable AoE, yeah. Art of Darkness is the kind of half swipe thing. Zero form particle beam is just a tank buster. Yeah, it's just a countdown. What did I get? Armor. Sweet. Can't remember how many of those I need. Is it 4? Yeah, that was the only mechanic that I couldn't quite figure out, and it's simply to do with how long you're standing on the glowy yellow platform thing. So that thing that pulses out is a countdown, and if you stood on it too long, it goes pink, and then it drops away from underneath you. Yeah, I assume I need 4 of those. Okie dokie. Bean. So that was what a world flooded by darkness would look like. It's quite pretty, the world of darkness. I've said that before. That all went surprisingly well. Of course, we have Demagen to thank for slaying that ghastly creature. I think mostly we've got, thanks to the others. Why have these guys got cool Halo things? You're a fantastic guy. Anyone think you're an old hand at this? You weren't so bad yourself. We make quite a team, don't we? Oh, we certainly do. They're milking this, though. Something horrible's going to happen to Gaia. I don't know about you two, but I'm itching to see whether our hard work has paid off. Let's head back. Why have I got 8 piety materia? I must have just randomly picked it up. Has it helped? That's a negatory. The plants are just as lifeless as they were before. Maybe the light's influence is still too strong. Ooh. Some things are happening. What in the world? Ooh. In fleeting hues and endless warmth, the gentle light washed over me. So we've got wind, earth, fire, and lightning. It's activated. A glimmer of hope once lost. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Well, that's a very cool looking crystal. I'm still not sure what that enormous crystal actually does, or why it changes colour. But I'm sure it didn't look like that before. No shit, Reen. It did not. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio. Shadows of the Past. Gaia's more than a little vexed that your last outing did not result in greater changes in the empty. We tipped the scales away from the light, I'm sure of it, but something's wrong. Very wrong. Oh. This isn't a good thing, then. Melancholy music.